preventing systemic risk is an important task for the regulators. The question you raised is something we have been pondering over for a long time, and this is also a regular part of our work. The banking sector is overall progressing stably, and the risk is under control. By the end of last year, the capital adequacy ratio is 13.45%, up compared with the previous year, and this level is relatively high. NPL of commercial banks is 1.67%, which is increasing a little bit compared with the previous year. But compared with other countries, the NPL ratio in China is relatively low. The provision ratio is 181 times in China. That means for 1 yuan of non-performing loans, we will have 181 yuan of provisions. So this is an effective hedge against risks, and we have sufficient provisions against the risks. Industry profits have slowed down a little bit. Having said that, the base of the profits is still very huge, and the replenishment of capital is relatively healthy and sound. And return on assets of the banking sector is also standing at a relatively high level. It is 1.1% for the assets and 14.9% for return on capital. And these are all better than those developed economies in the world. Of course, we have noticed that some ratings agencies have downgraded the ratings of China's economy, and they have lowered the outlook of China's banking sector. I think this is a misjudgment about the banking sector in China. Currently, CBRC is continuously beefing up our supervision, and we will try to guard against the following risks. I met with deputies from Guizhou province a couple of days ago, and we talked about the following risks. First, we have to guard against credit risks. The non-performing assets ratio has increased mainly because of the exposure to the assets for those zombie industries and those non-performing industries. We will implement a real name system. Clients of those banks will set up a creditor committee, and together the panel will discuss whether they will increase or decrease or stabilize loans to the industries. According to the feedback of the committee, the situation is relatively sound. Of course, some banks are reducing the extension of loans, and this will cause financing difficulties for enterprises. So we are working on the difficulties and challenges faced by the enterprises. By doing so, we hope we can form synergies with the private sector. And second, we will guard against the risk contagion from other sectors. We hope to maintain transparency and better communication. The cross-industry flow of capital should be very transparent and under control. We have to strengthen coordination of supervision and make rigorous supervision through concrete efforts. By doing so, we can effectively put the risks under management and control. Third, we will guard against liquidity risks. Of course, we have to conduct stress tests of commercial banks. CBRC will either on a regular basis or on a random basis conduct stress tests among those banks. We also hope that the small and medium-sized enterprises can set up mutual help groups. Number 5, we will continue to work with the relevant departments to set up a firewall to guard against risks across industries. Of course, we have to ward off risks of the employees of the banking sector to avoid inside trading. We have to prevent spillover effects from other markets as well. Overall, the risk of the banking sector in China is under control. What we need to do is to emphasize and pay more attention to risk prevention. We have to nip the problem in the bud, and continue to work on risk prevention throughout the industry. Thank you.